Welcome back to a blank screen. Oh no. That's what happens when you do it live. Nothing gives me more joy for all the games that I play. Nothing gives me more joy to welcome you back to Satisfactory. The game that started it all. All right, so today we're just gonna, short stream today. Short stream. We are going to explain the project. Then we're going to source the iron, target the export, sync the blueprint, glass the wall, make it cyanier, smelt it and delt it, export it, and then check our work. So basically, these two foundations are going to be the basis of a iron starter factory and a copper starter factory. I don't know. It's a little late for me to start putting in starter factories, but kind of in a design motif at this point. I have this alternate recipe for iron, which I was originally using inside of the starter factory for iron, or an alternate recipe for steel pipes that can be made of iron. And I was going to try to cram it in here, but the last time we did that, it was a nightmare. So we're just going to do the basics here, and then we'll just keep that in mind by building a nice little, a two constructor situation. We're not going for 1 million pipes per minute or anything like that. This is mostly decorative, but it will also be functional. So that's the project. I think we're ready to consider our iron. If we built 3 more of these kind of on the side here, just to make it a little easier to connect everything. And then we're just gonna merge actually, hold on. We don't need 3 of these. We barely need 1. And we'll go... Oh, too close. Let's go a little further out. All I'm trying to do is make sure that all of our sourced iron feeds all of our iron projects as close to equally as possible. I don't want to be in a situation where one of these iron mines is sitting idle, kind of like this, while these two are working. Let's see what's going on. What's going on in here? It'll figure it out once we get moving some more, I think. Okay, so we sourced the iron. Now, our export target is right here. This belt was previously shipping iron to the mega factory, so that's ready to go. Now we gotta sync the blueprint. We can use the mega factory blueprint. If I go in here and I check this, I can see that steel pipe. It's a big one, and it's kind of on half foundations. Let's fly around and make sure we have it placed perfectly. right on the... All right, 2 full pink on this side, 1 full pink on this side. So that means gotta go over a half. 1.5 on this side. All the circles on this side. All the circles on this side. So that's the footprint. We're obviously not going to keep this, but it makes it easier to really place our foundations if we just take a peek at this guy like this, and then we can delete all this stuff like that. Making things worse. All right, that's hanging over, so these need to go as well. Then we'll replace that with half foundations. Ooh, these are like half and an 8. Okay, we just didn't scoot it over enough. That's okay. That's very much okay. Finding the right snap point is critical when you're doing stuff like this. I might have made this more difficult than it needs to be, but that's just kind of my way. So we want to sink this down so it's at this level, but it has all that extra subfloor glass and everything. So if we try to put this in here, my guess is that it's going to be wonky. Yeah, as soon as it finds that as a snap point, it's going to say, oh, you want to go to the top of that, right? See how I keep snapping to the top? So the key in a situation like this is just to give it additional snap points. Let's go down like that. Now with this wall, we should be able to go vertical with this a little better. Have it sink down to the level we want it. I think that's actually perfect. Now, which way do we want this to face? Do we want to see the iron coming in? I think the answer is almost always no. Who cares about seeing the iron come in? I think we'll just see the pipes come out. Cool. Actually, this slot right here could be interesting. And we do have this whole walkway to play with. We got a little bit of Z fighting. We might be able to combat that. This short video just got an hour longer, sorry. Okay, no. That's inside the blueprint itself. But we don't need this wall anymore at all. We don't need any of this. Do the same thing on this side. Actually, I don't need to delete that. I can just slide down here and delete it. I might leave the Uh-oh. Actually, instead of doing it from that side, let's just do it from this side. A lot easier to know what we're deleting. No one's going to see that. No need to have objects in the game that no one's ever going to see. Ooh. Dismantle crate. Never good. I could have sworn I saw another dismantle crate somewhere in here. Where is it? There it is. Right in the concrete. Jeez. Alright, well, this might end up being a happy accident. This little strip that we've got here. That's probably something I wouldn't have come up on my own, but I like it. I need a 1 meter foundation. Half. Nudge. Maybe nudge it again. What CPU? I can look it up, but I'm running the 4090 if that's what you're asking about the GPU, the graphics card. Let me know if you want to really know the CPU. I'm guessing you want the GPU though. And then we'll just kind of nudge this in like this. Maybe we go all the way around. Maybe we just do some strips. I don't know, but it's kind of nice to have the option. I'm kind of liking where this is headed. The hard part is going to be I think I need to make these more. Oh, they're already maxed. Let me turn them down actually so they're yeah, Intel CPU for sure. But hold on one second. Yeah, let's explore that for a second. System. So bright. Gigabyte technology. Well, you think it would be on here. X64. Yeah. Nope. AMD Ryzen. So actually AMD Ryzen 790 79X 12 processor. So there you go. Question answered with the maximum amount of specificity I could provide. All right. We got that much done. So, oh, yeah, I don't like that lighting. I think we just need to make it cyan in your. Let's just go full cyan. 3 0FF 0FF 0FF. Yeah, I think I like it all cyan all the time. Let's do the same right here. Whoop. Turn iron ingots into steel pipes. Then we could consider our wall with steel beam blueprint. You know, there was a very short period of time where if you were dismantling a blueprint, it told you the blueprint. Those were good days. Nope, this is it. So this is our corner. The problem is there's not a lot of love on building this side by side. We'll have to think of a way to cover that gap. I mean, I guess I could just... Sometimes you get lucky with the nudge, and other times you get this. And it will only go in that direction. The other option, of course, give it another snap point. So let's go above it. Then go below it. Actually, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I should have probably checked that before I celebrated, but I know what I was doing. Now, technically, is that our corner? No. Technically, this could be our corner. If we go here, then we're actually short one. Hold on. I'm still liking my circles, by the way. I think I need to figure out... This is the problem when you sort of wing your design plans. So we could just encase it right here. Call it a day. Are you having trouble with your CPU, Brian? I know that can be frustrating. Well, let me go over here, and I think sort of before we make that decision, sometimes it's better to work on something else. And we can put in this wall with light bar 2x3. What a weird number. Oh wait, 2x3. You know, that's the right number. And then we'll use our blueprint 2x3 to build another one right next to it. Kind of hard to see what the front is. I know that arrow is supposed to be helping me, but I don't use that arrow when I'm building, so it doesn't help me when I go to place. Alright, well, I guess now I know. I want the arrow to point away from me. You know, I wish I could play this city at night all the time. It just looks really cool at night. And we're not even halfway done. But before we get too excited about that, I just want to upgrade this blueprint so we can have a 4 version. Where the light bar is contiguous. Come on. Oh, now you're giving me a different problem. We've got to turn this. There we go. Nope, nope. Yep, okay. Nope. If we could nudge it up there, we could nudge it anywhere. You know, this is the weird thing. Sometimes things go in easier when you're not really trying. Now that I theoretically, anyway, know what I'm doing, this sign refuses to turn around. We'll put you here. Does that help me to put that there? Not really. Ugh. All I want is for this sign to turn around. Exactly. Like that. Did I get it? I did. And this will be the 4x3 with light bar. Save that. And hop back over here. I think now that we have that easier to play with wall, we're going to take this out. Okay, I think we're probably going to need some of our 2x. And then we'll have to go in there and spice it up. Just to take care of that gap, right? Maybe we should snap a blueprint. Let's see if it makes it easier. Sometimes Snap to Blueprint makes things harder. Okay. That's a base, if I ever saw one. Now we gotta go around and fill these gaps. I don't even know what this is gonna be like. Like I said, it's just gonna be a small little building. It's not gonna be much taller than this. We're gonna put smelters on top. Wow. I fell through the only gap I could fall through. Hmm. There we go. Where's this thing? Come on. Okay, I'm not even gonna put a door on this, but I do think it needs the glass, so you can at least see in, right? Ooh, that's weird. That is somehow perfectly centered and yet off center. How is this possible? Oh well, don't pay attention to that. It's just gonna be what it is. I want to have kind of a foundational roof. Two might be too many. For this to work, we need 200 iron pipes, which, or no, I'm sorry, 200 iron ingot, which is basically 200 divided by 30. No overclocking. 6 of these. 6 of them's not too bad, actually. We could probably go up one more. You know what, though? I could do something kind of cool if I didn't go up one more. I am going to have to fix this. I don't like that edge, though. That edge is not great. That's kind of a preview as to what I was thinking before. I could probably nudge that and square that off, but I think I'm going to leave it. Oh, look at that. It is not centered. Oh, do I want it bad enough to center this? We need to get rid of half a foundation. Let's build the roof while we think about that. It all comes down to how bad you want it at the end of the day. Uh-oh. Something's off. So what are we looking at here? One, two, 1, 2. Well, that seems like that'd be really straightforward. I really like how that's going to shape up. That's going to look really cool. I don't think... Oh, let me think about it for a second. It might be easier if we built this at level. Sometimes it makes sense to do that, and other times it's an absolute nightmare. But since we know this is going to go right on top of that, it might make sense just to try to get this right on top of this. It is going to do everything in its power not to sit on this wall, though. So we're going to have to put in foundations. What'd I say? 1, 2? I feel like I said 1, 2 twice. Blueprint? No. Organization. Large billboard, yes. Oh, wow. That allowed itself to be way outside the blueprint. I was not expecting that. Nor do I really want that. That's very inconvenient, actually. Let me try that again. Though, actually, that might end up helping us. Can the large billboards go contiguous? I don't know that they can. Oh, there's the answer to my question right there. What does that overlap look like? Yeah, it looks like we're going to still see all the lines. This is definitely in the how bad do you want it category. That's making more lines. So we either suffer through one line or we try to create some sort of mosaic with multiple lines. Yeah, I don't like that second idea. We'll suffer through one vertical line. Which means we're living an amazing life, if that's what we consider suffering. And let's put this here. Ping. Oh, wait a minute. What am I thinking? There's no way this is going to work. I mean, we're going to try it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work. Seems like it's going to poke out of the ramp. But my internal simulacrum has been wrong before. Two billboards. Oh, look at that. It wants to work. I mean, can you get any happier? If we could just get rid of that center line, it would be the best. And we've got this little line right here. We could push it back a little bit. Let's try placing it one more time. Oh, I can't stand there. That looks better. I don't know, but I like that. The only thing that could make it better is if this could go to the ground, but we're space limited and I'm definitely not making another adjustment to effectuate that change. But if this went to the ground, well, ugh. Actually, I don't like that as much as I thought I would. So many snap points now. We've got to center this. The live stream just gets longer and longer. Sadly, the automated door really, or the automated gate really doesn't have much of a chrome finish. That inset really works. And we might be able to find a way to cover some of that. Or we might just leave it. I don't know. Now that we have a door, I feel obligated to make the inside look nice as well. This is why I don't put doors on my factories. Can't get in, you don't know how bad it looks. That actually came out better than I thought it would. A little chrome finish on the highlights there. I think the temptation is to put some additional chrome finishes on there, but I don't think that adds. I think that would actually subtract.
I don't know. Have a good day.
Where's my organizational tower? I don't have one around here? Wow, that's surprising. Even this one has feet built in. So cool. All right. Let's take a look. We have each smelter does 30. Each smelter does 30, so that's two of those 200. What was it? 6.66. So we need 7. Might as well make it 8, underclock it a little bit. I thought there was one extra. On the circle. Not on the circle. It's possible that they aren't going to line up. Because this one is just half a bit different than this one. I don't think there's a middle ground here. But maybe there is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Foot right on the circle there. Foot right on the circle there. Okay. We'll go from left to right. Oh, wait, no, we can get this. We just have to... Now that might be just annoying enough not to do it. We're going to have to hologram each one of these. Hologram control nudge all the way down. of going for the smokestack look. Anywho, let's just get these in here. Luckily, we're only dealing with, what, 8 times 30, 240, or at most. So one belt will easily handle this. Oh, now it definitely has to be centered. It won't connect to ramp. Is this the input side? Yeah. We go like that and then split it all the way down. That's almost guaranteed what we're going to have to do no matter what. So we can commit to that much at least. I need like a inverted vertical ramp that kind of goes up. I don't even know what I'm really asking for here. The flat side would need to be up. If we doubled or triple walled that, I think we'll be fine. So we are looking at it from this perspective. It is kind of here. Or we do something on the side. Or we put in a false wall, though false wall's pretty much a full foundation since there's no additional blockage to be offered. The insane way to do this would be to try to run a belt like this. But it's claiming it's too steep, so... Oh man, but it's not claiming it's too steep if we go up a little bit. So it's gonna be like a little bit of a, I don't know if that's the right placement. Definitely not visually the right placement. No, it needs to be over one, I think. Closer to here, but it can't be a default placement, right? And then if we lift this up just enough. Let's try it where it doesn't clip. I just do that all the way down. If we pulled this down a little bit, it probably would look a little better. All right, now I'm getting into the shape of belts. It's getting a little insane. How many is this? 6? Let's try this 6 the hard way. Sadly, it does look better. Sadly, because that means we're going to have to redo all that stuff. Circle, corner, circle, space, corner. Is that going to be in the same place every single time? I think we missed one over here. Control click nudge. it's a different lineup every time. All right, well, I'm going to put that in the category of lessons learned. Smelters are a pain in the ass to... mass setup here. Wait a minute. None of these are right. I don't think any of these are right. Ugh. Because we didn't do the nudge. All that extra pain just because we wanted to perfectly center the smelters. That looks about right. And if this one doesn't work, we'll just delete this pole. I am not dead set on keeping that pole. Oops. think the tap that way. Oh, and that has plenty of clearance. And it'll have more once we center it. We need to center that thing. Brand new day in Satisfactory. Let's see here. I think just... Well, we've got 8 of these. I kind of think... a manifold's good enough. You're really not going to be able to see. But we could do 2 manifolds. We'll go 4 on 4. I did it quick, but I did it totally wrong. I mean, no wait, I did it right. Now, how are we going to smuggle power to the roof? How are we going to smuggle power to the roof? I'm looking at you. Well, it's working so far. If I go right there, there'll be a smallest amount of wire that you can see. And we might cover that with the architecture. I think up here, I'm just gonna put some power poles in. They'll be so deep in here, you barely see them anyway. Let's go on the center line, so if you do see them, at least they'll be centered. Ugh. All right, that was a expert level of power hiding. Well, Journeyman Plus. If we really wanted to hide the power, we'd have to hide these poles and go directly into the ground. Why didn't this turn on? What's going on? Oh, I haven't set any recipes. That'll do it. I don't know. It's kind of working. Is it 6 or 6.5? Is there an angle where I can compare? Well, looks like it's 6.5. Oh boy. All right, those look like they're about the same height. And we got to decide. Might as well make it the same as this one. I think that one's right, at least. And then we want to get this one kind of like... Oh, I should probably turn my headlamp on here. Oh, it is on. Yikes. No. This one's off. I can tell by the spacing relative to these other ones. Right on the circle corner. How tall did I make this? 6? I gotta start by making sure these are the same height. Probably 6 pre-clip. Feels like it might be taller than that. I guess I could just delete one of these and then rebuild it. Actually, that doesn't help me because it's latching on pretty good. All right. 6 even. Ooh, we almost hit our clipping threshold. When this gets going, it should max out at 240 items per belt, so we only need 1 belt. This is mostly a legacy building. So it's a starter iron ore. Or starter iron pipe factory long after starters were in vogue. Technically, if I have 8 of these, oh, I could flow this a little better. And save a tad of power. Right, I checked this recipe. 100 iron ingots per minute. Times 2, that's 200. Divided by 8. 25 each. Maybe I should just type these in. On a different day, I might try to put some walls around this just at the height. So all you would see is the smoke. But I'm trying not to talk myself into too much more. It was supposed to be a short stream. Okay. One foundation, one half foundation, one foundation, no half foundation. This is a quarter foundation. So one foundation and a quarter foundation. One foundation and a quarter foundation. So this one is wrong. All right, so now we've got one foundation and a quarter. One foundation, and this side needs a quarter. The old classic quarter foundation. We are missing cable and reinforced plate. That's it? Well, I don't see any dismantle crates, so it can't be wrong. Oh, but that's not rotated correctly. Darn it. First thing we want to do is make sure we've rotated it correctly. I think we wanted it to go that way. Then we can go up, and then we could try seeing if we are locked in. So much better. It has to be centered. There's really no other option. If this was a smeltery, I would go with the orange, because the orange looks really cool. But I think we've committed to at least this part being cyan. Oops. Maybe not all of it. I don't know. That's pretty cool. We don't need this part. And we don't need this. We definitely don't need this part. We can save ourselves some save time. You know, when you're doing the factory tour, you don't go to the service layer. It's kind of like the dirty underbelly. Oh, how are we going to get power to these guys? Surely I have a power solution in place. Oh yeah, it's right here. It's a little extra. It's kind of a lot extra, actually. Where does this connect? I feel like some nudgery is gonna come into play here. I know what's calling my name. But man, it's gonna be a pain to build. This is probably not the right height. We're running low on crystal oscillators. Who knows why it turned that way? Now I'm thinking I should start this in the center. But we're only going to get to nudge it one way. We're short one crystal oscillator. That's painful. One missing crystal oscillator. Oh, we got 14 on our deck. Beautiful. Just want to glass this off so we can walk without dropping into the trench. I don't know, that's pretty cool. Now, why are we not claiming no power? Why are we claiming no power? I connected you to you to you. These are connected to that. This is definitely connected to power. So that tells me that that's connected. Oh wait. Did I drop down and connect this one though? Oh boy. I kind of hope I did, because if I didn't, it's going to be a pain. It's going to be a pain. We could probably get it close. We're missing iron rod. Of all things. I remember when I had an iron products factory that was dumping things into the digital depot and I never had to worry about iron rods again. Those are good days. Soon to be returned. Actually, let's just do some rework here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's somewhere in this area. Actually, I'm feeling kind of confident it's right there, but let's be good and do the nudge. Yeah, see. Identical buildables already in place. Urgh. Oh, it is claiming that there's 2 connections on it. So maybe we went down, but we didn't connect it out. That's what it was. There we go. It's working now. No need to confirm it. And it's looking like a dojo. Up and to the right is going up, so we want up and to the right is going that way, so we want down and to the right. Boo. Boy, these signs, man, I don't understand. Oh my god. I'm almost ready to give up. There doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason to what direction these things are dropping at. Finally. Okay. We might tweak that in a second. Let's export. So we explained the project, we sourced the iron, we targeted the export, we sunk the BP twice, we glassed in the wall, though I'm not sure that this is the exact right wall we want, or a door. I'm sort of halfway thinking that door might need to change. We smelted and delted it. Now we got to export it. Let's see. Add iron plates. There we go. 99% sure that this is the line for steel pipe. It would be kind of horrible if this weren't the line for steel pipe though, so let's track it. We're basically out of fuel in our jetpack. So if we have extra iron pipes coming in from below, then we know we've done it right. Hey, extra iron pipes coming in from below. And these are the iron pipes coming in from above. Into the mega storage to be stored. And currently already being shipped out to make encased beams. What do you think? Am I done? I think I'm done. I really like this facade, to tell you the truth. I just sort of stumbled upon that. I could play around with the sign, maybe. Why do I keep thinking steel's not spelled that way? Okay. Ooh, we're totally out of gas. Once you enter the jetpack era, it's hard to not continue to act like you have a jetpack on, even when it doesn't have gas. I don't know. I'm kind of worried the sign's going to ruin it. Oh my god. It's a little on the nose, but it might work. Just a sign that says pipe. After all, that's where the pipes are being made. I probably want to keep the moving backgrounds specifically for the... Well, let me look at what's shaping up here. It'll probably be pushed off to the side. We might get lucky if we put it in the middle. Yeah. It actually would work if we didn't have that crossbar. Maybe we just put the pipe in the pipe where it says pipe. That might be a way to go. Let's put you here. Exactly. Yeah, actually, I think that's pretty close. I kind of want to hide this wall, but I feel like if I do that, I'm setting myself up for a ton of work. Part of me says it's kind of cool because it adds internal glow. Part of me says we should get rid of it. Yeah, I'm rapidly putting in this in the category of not worth it. But I'm gonna try it twice. I think right now I'm not gonna mess with this. I think the general impact of coming in off the work collection pool, walking into the steel pipe, seeing, oh, we're making steel pipes out of iron ingots, seeing them being made, watching the iron ore get sent up and over. The only thing that could make this better is if these belts were slower. The belts are too fast. There's no way to slow the belt down. Well, I guess that's not technically true. We're doing 8 times 25, so we're doing 200 input total. I'm literally trying to slow these belts down a little bit. even at 120, it's going to fill faster. But I think the slower lift is a little better if we're just going by aesthetics now. When it does pause, it looks a little more natural. The output side's going to look way better with slower belts. It looks way better with the slower belt. And it doesn't impact the actual output. Now, why are these totally locked? That's the downside of the merged manifold. Oh, this thing's filling up. Why is it filling up? I guess if we want to have the sense that it's always running, we just overclock this. That will achieve that look. Of course, then these two machines won't always be running. Eventually. As they absolutely burn through. What do you think? I think slower belts look better, actually. Let me take a trip to the sink. Our inventory is turning into a bit of a mess. Though, if I could get some iron ingot, I might put that in a digital depot. To destroy. Heck, let's get some points. Let's throw some good stuff away too. It's a halfway decent amount of coupons. I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with these edges yet. I think we'll let it burn through a little bit of this, then we'll come back and take our power shards back. But even at that rate, we probably only need one of these. I think we're almost done here. Oh, we didn't set the full power glossy. No question about what you make there. I know, it's kind of a lot to go through just for two constructors making steel pipes out of iron ingots, but really I wanted to have a building in between what's going to be some much taller towers. Plus, thematically, it allows us to have the ironworks be pure iron recipes, rod, plate, and screws, and then has the copper side to be wire, cable, and copper sheets, right? So we'll just build those right there. I'm contemplating whether we want to put a circle on top. You can kind of imagine kind of the lit. I don't have easy access to it. I don't think I have the blueprint for it either. But it's one of those lit exteriors with the lifts on the outside. That's what I'm going to go for right here. Probably going to be about that tall. And then one on this side about the same height. And then this guy cranking out pipes in the middle. all of it being sent to over here to the mega factory. So there you go. That's basically Monday's video for you. If you watched it live, you saw it early. I just want to double check to make sure we're still getting pipe at a reasonable rate. Oh yeah, we're stacking it. We got 2,000 in storage. And it's coming in from the starter pipe is that amount. And then the mega factory pipe is that amount. Though I think we're short on concrete. Oh, you're claiming short on iron ingots. Really? It's Mark III materials. Iron ingots, though. This is the iron. Let's jump over to the iron ingot line. That's Mark IV. It's not exactly full. Oh, they're both getting sent out. I mean, there's 10, 20, 30,000 iron ingots right there. They are getting used, though. Yeah, we're not producing enough iron ingots. So the question is, are we sending in enough iron? I'm trying to decide if I can improve this line without doing all the necessary work. I could, now that we've sort of truncated this, I could merge an additional line here. are you doing that? This is why I only want to go 2 deep, just so it's a little easier to merge these, or upgrade them, I should say. Once you go 3 deep, it's hard to get to that 3rd one. Ow. One of these days, I'm going to have to hypertube this place. Oh, I could upgrade this belt. Let me just do a quick upgrade. I've already upgraded the output. So it's going to be a while before all these machines get used consistently. Regardless, it looks like this one line though is working hard. And it's flowing freely, so that's all we can really ask on that. I mean, the next thing that we would do to get more iron would be to totally backtrace this. That looks very green. It's complaining because it doesn't have any place to put the power it's generating. We'll add this little chunk of extra iron, or by finally finding out which one of these we are currently using. This is exactly the kind of thing I don't like. So we have one miner here doing nothing, while this miner is wide open. The noises in this game are ridiculous. There. So now both of them run into this storage container, my favorite merger and splitter in the game. And since only one of these lines is open, it all goes into here, and then it all gets sent out right there. But now both miners are being used. We've increased our ore to the mega factory. My general policy, and I don't always succeed, is to have every miner supplying every machine. If you can achieve that, then you won't run into these types of situations where you need more ore and you effectively have miners that would participate but can't. All right, so that should serve to provide a ton more iron. Looks like the one that we just did all that work for is the one that got upgraded, so we'll let that happen. There's plenty of encased beams when we want to make another pass at upgrading everything. Oh yeah, much more iron ore now. Ah, one more. We'll upgrade the backside of those. Since we've got our storage for encased beams right here. There we go. Now we're pushing the overflow. So that should really stack down this belt right here. Okay. I think that's it. I'm happy with that. Our Simply Steel Pipe factory is put in place and the outputs are being sent directly into our mega factory and provides us with a little more reflection for the reflection pool, which is the whole point, right? We want to get more light down. I should wait till night, probably look even cooler. All right, I think that's it. I've got something in mind for signage for this concrete factory. Well, that'll definitely be something we do in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.